And I've had psoriasis since I've been 22 years old. It is, I mean, to the point, Tracy, where they said, you know what, we're putting you on disability. I said, I can't live on disability. You're not doing that. And I was in this case study at U of M, and 85% of it was gone within 6 weeks. Again, I'm using a QT wave device. I opened up my eyes one morning and I went, oh my God, I can see colors, and they're deep. And I went, my floaties and the little black things that float around in your eyes, they're gone. So I went, and I was driving that night, and I used to have halos around the headlights coming at me. It would drive me crazy. They're gone.
Hey, Dale, thanks so much for coming to spend some time with me today.
Thank you, Tracy. You know, this has been a long time to get together, but we're doing it now.
Yay, perfect timing, as everything else, right?
Amen. Amen.
So I'm looking forward to hearing your story. And can you start off by telling us a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Well, this is kind of hard to say, but it was, I was hopeless. When I was 55 years old, the Lord blessed me and my wife with a daughter. So my wife's 15 years younger than I am. So I wanted to do all I could to make sure that my daughter had a daddy, because we were all set to retire, and look how he surprised us. So I've always felt that I wasn't going to age, but in the last 4 or 5 years, it came on rapidly. I mean, I noticed things that were scary. I was losing strength. I was losing balance. I was losing lung capacity. I was losing gray matter. And it was like a suddenly kind of thing. And I'm finding myself just sitting in my chair, getting old. And it wasn't good. I mean, my daughter at that point was 14, and I said, something's got to get worked out here. And along comes Cynthia Carter and QHS. So I know this was a divine appointment. There's no doubt in my mind. When I talked to, I call her Madam President because that's who she is in this organization. She said, so what's wrong with you? I said, well, I can't breathe. I can't walk up and down my driveway. I'm having heart pains that just won't stop. My wife's mad because we have a young daughter. And I said, well, no, they're just, they're catches, honey. I could just stretch them out. But I knew they weren't, because I am a firm believer in not owning any disease. I will not say, I got this, I got that.
Good for you.
And I did that based on my last nurse practitioner visit, where I do not take any pharmacy stuff whatsoever. But they were getting me ready to start. Okay. They started with the statin. My cholesterol levels were up. I said, I'm not taking that stuff. It kills you. I'm not going to take it. And then they said, well, your O2 oxygen saturation is 84%. Do you know what that means? I said, no, I don't know what that means. It means that you're not getting any oxygen in your blood to have your blood create new cells. No wonder you're feeling like crap. We're going to put you in oxygen tanks. I said, no, you're not. So we had this conversation back and forth, and I walked out. That was it. So obviously I got on my knees and I said, Lord, you know, you blessed me with this beautiful girl for a reason. So I'm going to give it to you because I can't do anything about it. I can't. And like I said, here we go. We're riding on this QHS thing. So when I joined, it was just to bootstrap the healing bed. We didn't have any of this vision of the quantum twine wave, the little devices that we carry. That wasn't even there.
Really? I've
No,
not heard that before.
this was just to not wait. Let's go. Let's pool our resources. Let's fund this thing and get this healing started. So I said, I'm all in. So that's how it started. And then it moved into, well, we got an idea. And they introduced the QT wave device. And it was like, really? A carb battery kind of bell thing is going to do what? Let me tell you, Tracy, when I got that thing in August of 2022, my life changed, period. Changed. All of a sudden, my hope's back. My breathing was back. I couldn't sleep at night because of sleep apnea. So they wanted to do one of those mask things. And I said, no, we're not doing that either. So many things have occurred to me. I think every organ in my body has been affected by this cell phone battery powered device. And I mean that. It's when I look back, I wrote some notes because there's just so much. My skin's been affected. My blood's been affected. My eyes have been affected.
Tell me how though, Dale. I want to know
Sure.
how, what have you noticed in your skin?
My
Exactly.
skin, well, that's our biggest organ, as we know. And I've had psoriasis since I've been 22 years old. It is, I mean, to the point, Tracy, where they said, you know what, we're putting you on disability. I said, I can't live on disability. You're not doing that. And I was in this case study at U of M, and 85% of it was gone within 6 weeks. I still have a couple spots that are fighting, all right, but I know it's an immune system disorder. So again, I'm using a QT wave device. First generation. It's, you know, I'm not sitting in the QT in the arc. I can't wait till I get to the arc, but that started. And then the old man's skin, you know, where it gets to turn into crepe paper, right? That's gone. I used to have wrinkles that were 1/4 inch deep in my face. That's gone.
Wow.
Now, the biggest thing is lesions, because I won't call them what everybody else wanted to call them. But you see this little thing here?
Okay, yeah.
All right. That was twice the size. That was inside of my mouth, underneath my tongue. That's all that's left of it. The inside of my mouth is pink. I got 2 little spots that are left. And I know what it was, but it's not there no more. And I'm not going to say what it was. You know what I mean?
Wow. Wow.
We say Noma. Noma.
What's NOMA stand for?
Mela.
No more?
Mela.
Oh, got it.
Okay. No more. It's going, it's going, it's going. Now, if I had the white device, the new one, I'd give that 3 more weeks and it'd be gone. I've gotten to a point where the equipment, I think, is maintaining where I'm at based on everything that it's working on. When you talk about my blood, okay, we already talked about the 85% saturation. I'm up to 96%. I haven't done a thing. 96%.
Wow.
Here's a good one. My veins, all my arteries used to be the size of a toothpick. I'm not kidding. That's when I really started to decline. They are now 1/4 inch, at least, and visible. My wife said, I've never seen your veins, ever. What's going on with that? So then I went, I wonder if that Dr. Ace's first thing he does is work on the blood. It's actually doing its work. So the hypertension, my blood pressure, it was crazy off the charts. And again, they wanted this pharma stuff. You're going to go on. No, I'm not. Well, I think my last blood pressure test, I was down to let me give you my highs. When I started, I was 164.82. And I think my last one was 109.72. I haven't done anything but wear the QT Wave device.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Let's talk about eyes. I neglected my eyes. I've had a heavy prescription ever since I was a little kid. Of course, I brought on the bullying and all that stuff in school. So as soon as they introduced contact lenses, I jumped in. Now, that's 45, 50 years ago. I was wearing contact lenses. Back then, they were actual plastic that you put in your pupils that you're supposed to take out every couple hours. You couldn't even wear them all day. You wear them for a special meeting, and then, but I abused it so bad because I would fall asleep with them in, and it would suck all the oxygen out of my corneas. So I went to a specialist after I had an eye exam because my corneas, that monster can, that scrape.
Oh, yeah.
Right? She says, that's what your corneas look like. And they don't reheal. So you're going to go blind. I said, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. And they were the only ones that would take me because they said, no, you're too far gone. So my whites of my eyes were all red because blood vessels created pathways to try to get oxygen to my corneas that my contact lenses were choking off. And I said, okay, now that we got this resolved, how do I get rid of all this red eye stuff? It looks like I'm drunk all the time, right? And they said, you can't do anything about that. That's the way it's going to be. That's the result of what you did with your contacts. Guess what? I have 1, 2 left. The rest are gone. But you can't do anything about it. They're gone.
Yeah, right.
The whites of my eyes. Pretty crazy.
Wow, that is awesome. I want my husband to hear that one.
And it worked. And then it was just like the vision itself. So it was getting cloudy and grayish. And they said, well, you're getting cataracts. And I'm going. And I wish I had a timetable when all of this does. If you tell your guests one thing, make sure they take pictures and run the diary. I didn't. I did for a bit. It gets overwhelming because there's so much. But there is a timeline, and the machine does do things the way it's supposed to in a priority. Because the first thing it did was take care of my heart. But it took care of my heart after it took care of my blood. And after it took care of my blood, it took care of my veins so it could take care of my heart. I mean, it all intertwined, and I just went, wow. But my vision went from, I use a TV analogy, 420. You know, the old over-the-air signal, to 4K in a blink of an eye. I opened up my eyes one morning and I went, oh my God, I can see colors, and they're deep. And I went, my floaties, and the little black things that float around in your eyes, they're gone. So I went, and I went driving that night, and I used to have halos around the headlights coming at me. It would drive me crazy. They're gone.
Wow.
In one day. All of that happened in one day that I noticed. See, this is what I'm saying. I noticed it in one day. So that's pretty much there on the blood and the skin and the eyes. Inflammation, what a story. My legs from my hips down were twice the size they are today, and it was all inflamed. My knees, my ankles, and I didn't realize that part of the blood stuff was that I was getting neuropathy too. I didn't know what neuropathy was, but I had stumps at the end of my legs. I had no feeling in my feet. I had no balance left in my body. And all of a sudden, I'm walking down a flight of stairs without bracing myself going down the staircase, which is what I had to do so I wouldn't fall over. And I said, I just walked down the stairs without bracing myself. Honey, for my wife. And she says, what? I said, I just walked downstairs. She goes, yeah. I said, no, I didn't hold on to anything. I mean, I couldn't get dressed without leaning on a piece of furniture and putting my pant leg on, one leg at a time.
Wow.
Right? Today, I purposely stand on my one leg and my other leg. It's all gone. The legs are down where they should be.
So Dale, how soon after you started wearing your device did you notice these improvements? Like in the first month, 2 months, 3 months, or just has it been continual?
Well, it's a good question. I'm going to say right away, but that's too vague. So I'm going to say within the first 30 days, my breathing regulated where I could sleep at night because I had sleep apnea because I couldn't breathe, but I was sleeping through the night. And once I started doing that, then the restoration started to begin. And I've heard subsequent to that, that's when all of this takes place. And I'm just going, check. Yes, that's true. Yes, and it does your blood first. Yes, that's true. So it ran continually for 6 months, constant improvements in every aspect of my life. And then it tapered. So that's why I'm saying I think I'm at a point where I've leveled off. I had a device fail because I sweated on it. That's not how you say that, but I perspired and the device got wet and the inside numbers didn't show up correctly. So they got me a replacement and I've been wearing the second generation since then. So I was without it for 6 weeks and I didn't go backwards.
Oh, good.
I stayed where I was at. So, but I wanted more, you know. When you were in the boat that I was in, where I had no hope and I'm worried about how I'm going to put enough away to take care of my daughter, to my daughter and I going out now on Silver Lake sand dunes in a 32-year-old Jeep running up and down the dunes, making memories. That's in 1 year, Tracy, 1 year. With
So
Karen.
beautiful.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? She had to go through all this stuff, you know. How come your grandpa's with you all the time? Where's your dad? You know, so she heard all that stuff growing up. So I want to make all of that up for her. She's a trooper. She says, that's my dad. Okay, it's not my grandpa. Mind your own business, you know, kind of stuff. Yeah, she's an ace. But that's the difference in a year.
That's amazing. And now we get to look forward to changing everything with the QARC experience and having a 30-year-old healthy body and wisdom and experience to apply to it. What excites you about that the most?
Where do you start? It's like, oh my, thank you, Lord. That's where I start. And my daughter's watching me going through all of this. And she's the one that says, Dad, your hair used to be white, you know. I said, yeah. She goes, well, it's not white anymore. What's going on? I said, yeah. But the QARC and starting over, Tracy, everything that I've prayed for about my relationship with my daughter and giving her memories forever have been answered. And because I'm an early adapter and because I'm a Twine Zoo moderator, I'm jumping right in with you guys.
Yeah.
So it's right around the corner.
Right.
And she's sitting and waiting. My wife's coming with me. She's sitting and waiting. It will be amazing.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah. How's it going to change your life?
I am going to march up and down the streets and pull these people that are suffering off and throw them into my healing center and restore them and watch this world become a better place. I'm going to bust Big Pharma in half. That's a $2 trillion a year industry we're fighting with, you know that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's
yeah.
not going to exist anymore. I want to watch people's faces go from, yeah, baby, let's do this.
Yeah, that's right. And let me ask you another question going way back. Your cholesterol, when they wanted to medicate you, what was it? Do you remember?
240-ish.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that's not even high.
it's not even high. Okay. Well, they told me it was.
Oh God, okay, so that kills me.
Yeah.
I mean, cholesterol is like the precursor hormone because from cholesterol, you make pregnenolone, and from pregnenolone, you make testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. What are the youthful hormones? Those three. Then, it's like they want to accelerate aging,
I know.
It's crazy.
Well, I know too many people that have to have a plastic box with them to take their daily meds. And I said,
Mhm.
I will never do that. And they were starting, it was like a pattern. And I went, I'm not playing. I'm not in. I'm out. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Anyway,
crazy.
it's nuts.
So,
There's others. Let's see, what else did I miss? Oh, my eye color. I've had hazel eyes all my life, but they would very, very seldom be other than brown. They're green now. They've been green. Cynthia says your eye color doesn't change. Madam President, my eye color has changed. I have green eyes now. Subtleties. You know, I'm the Twine Zoom moderator that waits for the suddenly stuff. You know, I love the people saying, this ain't doing nothing for me. I ain't been wearing this one. And then they come back from the doctor and they get a report that changes everything. And it's generally blood work. And they'll say in the Twine Zoom meetings, you know, I used to be one of those guys in the chat room saying that this isn't working. And I just got back from my doctor today and my blood work is perfect. I went, suddenly.
that's
So I said,
awesome.
you got to watch for that stuff. But something as silly as my nail beds. The skin underneath my nails are now pink. They were white and I had them rutted lines through my nails. No, they're pink.
Interesting.
Where'd that come from?
Another first.
Yeah, anyways. So I'm not doing the device the justice that it deserves. And for these people that are on version 2 in the production mode, I can't wait for those Zoom calls. Because if it is anywhere where they're saying 4 to 80% different because of the case design, are you kidding me? And then we're going to open the doors up today? Are you kidding me? This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
And you are part of the foundation that is trailblazing this out to the world. How fun is that?
Yeah, no, that's exciting. And that's why it was important for us to get together.
Oh, I'm so thankful. You're a beautiful man. And what would you like to say in closing?
Believe it's here. We are going to change this world. Thank you, QHS. Thank you, LWS. Thank you for all the people that stuck through it, that took the arrows, took the slings, took the arrows. It's worth it. Watch. I'm going to tear up here. That's good. Thanks, Tracy.
You're a beautiful man, Dale. I'm so thankful that you spent time with me today and shared your miraculous story. Will you come back post QARC?
Are you kidding me? 3 days after you got me.
I will look forward to that day, my friend. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you, Tracy. It was fun.
Okay. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.